I wanted to begin this show tonight by saying that last year we laid the groundwork reporting about future events that are transpiring now. And this is what we do. It's like we give you the news before it's news. I know many people decide immediately that when things are reported outside of the mainstream narrative, they're considered conspiracy theory. But if you wait a few weeks or if you wait a few months, everything becomes quite clear. The CIA-controlled mainstream media has achieved a significant PR objective. They have made it socially unacceptable to believe that there is a conspiracy operating at the highest levels of our government. Now, this puts those of us who know about a plot at high levels in an awkward position. Either we pretend that we don't know what we know, or we risk being ridiculed and marginalized as a pathetic joke. I've heard it all. I've seen it all, too. I think many people take for granted the information they get from shows like this. Or there are people who say, well, obviously, Clyde, if you were telling the truth, you would either be dead or shut down. Well, I'm not dead. Doesn't mean I'm not telling the truth. There are worse things, I think, that they can do to people. I mean, take a look at what they've done to Alex Jones. I mean, Alex is still powerful. Alex still has a following. Alex is still doing well. But man, they just raked him over the coals. Joe Rogan. Now, there's a guy that, all the publicity, bad publicity, most of the people that hear about Joe Rogan probably never listen to his show. Now, I've had my moments of persecution, but I don't make them a part of my show. And it's because I would rather do what I do and try to be as honest as possible, but even that can get you into hot water. I mean, those in charge of the cover-ups have a very good reason for launching an all-out attack on conspiracy theorists. I've always tried to be as independent as possible, and still, there are people that aren't satisfied and want to undermine what I do as well. He who defines the language defines the parameters of the debate. And so far, I would say the conspiracy theorists have been right. And so being right is not always welcome. It's not always good to be right. Sometimes people don't like it when you're right. High-level government conspiracies definitely happen. We know they do. And this is why I'm so confused as to why it's so bad to have a theory about a vast plot to deceive or screw us over. Because that's what it is, right? I mean, I don't care what politics or what butter you bread your politics on. I don't care what you spread your politics on. It's just a matter of exposing what is coming. And I don't care who the president is. I don't care. I mean, everybody thinks that it falls on the political party that's in power. No, it doesn't, and it never has. I mean, yeah, they have a part in it, but the conspiracy is both sides. That's how they function. They pretend, they create this illusion of division. And they want everybody to be divided. They want everybody to have a team. They want everybody to be cheering for that team. But think about this. Whenever we do something, the government wants it always to, if the government's involved, it always winds up being a deal with the devil. You understand? If you want to do something and you call on the government to help you out, it always winds up being a deal with the devil. It's a Faustian bargain. I think one of the most annoying aspects of the current measures that are being implemented by our tyrannical leaders is that it is all for the greater good, they tell you. It's for the best. It's for everyone. We're in this together. It's all for the greater. It's as if governments and big companies are strict but caring parents. And we're just unruly or disobedient children who don't really know what we want or need. That's what they think. Oh, they're kids. They're little kids, Our governor is famous for that. She sounds like mom. I'll turn this state around if you guys don't do as I say. And it's look, we let this get out of hand. We let it get out of hand when we went along with all the COVID-19 restrictions, and now as we're trying to put it all behind us, there are those who still are trusting the government to guide us in other ways that before were considered off limits to government, something that was indicated by a constitution, something that, if you look at a constitution, what they're doing is borderline illegal, if not fully illegal. Governments have always been in the business of being annoying and nosy. I mean, have you ever heard that statement, I'm from the government and I'm here to help you? I mean, that's a scary sentence. I mean, we've known this for who knows how long. That you know, I'm with the government and I wish to help. Yeah, okay. Yeah, what you want to do is you want to nose into my business. And that's not cool. Unfortunately, it's not just governments and big companies that are doing this. Almost every institution in the culture is kowtowing either by government decrees or to keep being funded to this literal New World Order. They keep telling us that we're all in this together. It's like we agreed to this, right? It's like there's something about agreeing to we're all in this together. It's like, okay, we have our marching orders, just single file right there over a cliff like a bunch of lemmings. That's how it went down. And I'm sure, you know, in the name of togetherness, they are seeing just how far they can go in oppressing the people and how we all comply without questioning their ability to make our lives hell. Now, none of this, and I don't understand why it is, but none of this should be tolerated because of that old idea called the slippery slope. We should see a slippery slope for what it's about to be. Conspiracy theorists are right, guys. I mean, most of them are right. I mean, some of them have got some crazy conspiracies for clickbait, but hey, what we've been doing, not necessarily conspiracy theory, but we've been telling you, look, there's a plan. There's dots to connect. There's a lot of things to get busy on, and we get busy.